Good evening everybody, I'm Fictional Crystals, and in this video I'm going to be theorizing on the mysterious object from the moon base. Yes, that sphere that only had a few seconds of screen time but still managed to baffle us all. What I think it is actually quite simple, probably why Garnet didn't care.
It's not what we came for.
You might think that the orb will never be mentioned again since it got such little screen time, but they wouldn't show us a thing like that just for no reason, otherwise they could have just skipped it. By looking closely at the scene from It Could Have Been Great, you can see some markings in the background.
And hats.
I don't know about you, but to me that looks like some sort of map. The circular patterns in the room somewhat resemble the galaxy warp and the sky arena. I think the circular patterns from the warp and the sky arena represent where the warp heads go. Like how the biggest leads to HomeWorld. The patterns in the moon base are just an extension to this. No, I don't mean they're a warp map. It's a map of space. See all those planets around there? Judging by how that room's drawn, it appears to be in a dome shape. At least part of it's curved. Not sure if it's all like this because of the exterior design and the staircase. But the way they drew it certainly seems like they intended it to be curved. That dome shape is like a planetarium. You know, those things where you sit down and you look up to the ceiling which is in a dome shape and they project stuff like space and those things. You know, it's basically just really cool. This dome shows the planets and the stars. It's where the diamonds can go to figure out which planets they're gonna colonize next. The best strategies, the way to get there, the drawbacks, etc. The glowing orb might represent HomeWorld's position. I think the circle White Diamond holds with both hands in her mural is HomeWorld. It's significantly more grand than any of the other spheres the diamonds hold. It looks similar to the moon sphere, which is why the sphere might represent HomeWorld's location. But personally, I think the moon sphere is what activates the map. But how can you activate the orb to activate the map? Let's look back to the Lunar Sea Spire. It needed a power source to stay together. That power source was the moon goddess statue. Hold on. Moon goddess statue. Lunar Sea Spire. The glow when Mr Queasy is placed on the spire is eerily reminiscent to the glow of the moon sphere. The spire and the statue have had several callbacks lately, including one in the moon base. The map in the moon base needs a gem artifact to activate it. The artifact may even be the moon goddess statue, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. The moon base, Lunar Sea Spire, and moon goddess statue have a lot to do with both the moon and the sea. Example being the moon controls the tides. And the sphere's motion was like a wave. Though the object to activate the planetarium map would roughly need to be the same shape and size as the orbs so it could fit in. A much simpler and more likely theory on how to activate the moon sphere is just by touching it. Other things in the moon base are simply activated by touch. They didn't take another look at the orb and back to the moon, probably since the map can reveal some very important facts about HomeWorld and their plans, maybe even its location. This is something they'd want to leave for later in the series. The gems can basically go to the moon whenever they want at this point, and I'm certain they will be back. The show's been running for 3 years, happy anniversary by the way. We're getting closer to seeing HomeWorld. While waiting, the video's over, isn't it?